this entry is going to be what I learned in preschool. So in this series, we're going to start from preschool, and the final video of this series is what I learned in my tiny little stint in community college before I just said screw it. Anyways, this is kind of like I don't know if it's a journal or just me trying to recollect all of my faint memories that may be gone within the coming years. So I want to just kind of preserve them in video form. What I learned in preschool. Well, let's start at the very beginning and talk about where I went to preschool. So the preschool I went to was kind of a part of this church that some of my family members went to. It was a separate building, kind of in the same lot. I think this was 89-90 school year. So I was a teeny tiny boy, and I remember the first day of school. My mom took me into the school there, and I see all these other kids, and there's just this one big area. Then you go into another room, which was like where you painted. It was kind of like the kitchen area where we all sat and we had our snack. Then there was a back room, which was kind of like a corridor before you got outside into the playground. And we're in that main room where we all sat, had our like morning meeting, and we talked about, is it sunny outside? Is it rainy outside? What day of the month is it? I didn't know what was happening. I'm getting dropped off at this place. I didn't know what the concept of school was. You know, it's just like, oh, we're going to school. Okay, we go to school. What is school? Oh, there's these kids, and mom's leaving. And I got scared. I started crying. But anyways, they calmed me down, and that was my first day of school ever. Now, like most days throughout the year, they all kind of just blend together, but I'll give you some kind of an idea of how things happened. First thing, we sat down, talked about the weather, what we did over the weekend, if it was Monday, all that kind of stuff. And then it would be painting time, and you could paint whatever. You had these easels, and you had your little cup of water and some watercolors. And then it was snack time. You know, they put the little napkin in front of you with 3 little cubes of cheese. That'd be your snack, some crackers. And then it'd be playtime. You go outside. Now I remember one day in particular, I had the courage finally to climb up the A-frame, get to the top platform, and try to go down the slide. But when I got to the top, I was scared, and I didn't want to go. I couldn't go back down where I came from because that was scary going down. But then looking at this slide, this big silver reflective thing, and I was just so scared and frightened that if I went down, I would just fly off and, you know, just bust myself up. Everything was new to me. It was all a new experience. And I wound up going down, and then I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. It was a new fun thing. So I guess what I could say what I learned in preschool was to not be too scared and to try new experiences. And yeah, that was pretty good. And I loved cubed cheese. That was a big thing of mine. I fell in love right away. To this day, I still just love buying a block of cheese and eating it, all because of preschool. The people in my class, some of them went away, and some kids I remember still growing up with in high school. None of us ever became best friends. I know my friend at the time during going to preschool, his name was Morgan, and him and I hung out a lot. I thought he was really cool because he always came in, he had spiked hair and everything. I remember one girl in class, she had like a frown at all times, like she always just frowned. And I asked one of the teachers, we had 2 like women teachers, they were both like co-oping. And I asked her, why does she look mean? Why is she mad? And she just said, oh, well, she has a problem with her mouth, the muscles and everything. So she always looked like she had a resting, mean face. I think my rebellious streak started in preschool. I remember going back into the room from the playground, and there would be like one of those tunnels that you could fold out is made of fabric, but the frame of it was like a wire that would just circle around. You could crawl through it. Anyways, one day coming in from the playground, all the kids ran into the main room, and I came in and I just started going into the tunnel, and I waited in the middle of the tunnel. Everybody walked past, and I felt like I was like Batman hiding. and people started calling my name, and I didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything, and then they caught me, but I didn't get in trouble. But I remember the front of the school. It was like just a big white building, had a red door, big red door. My mom, the first day, taking a photo of me, and I had to pee, and I kept grabbing myself because I had to pee so bad. I remember my mom telling me, stop grabbing yourself. I'm trying to take a photo of you. I didn't want to complain and tell her I had to go pee, but yeah, I had to go. And then at the end of the day, it'd be playground time, and we all just be hanging out, playing on the playground. I knew it'd be time for all the parents to come and pick us up, and where the playground was, there'd be a road, and then a parking lot across. So I'd just be standing there at the edge of the playground where the fence was, just waiting for my mom to pull up in her car. That was the best time of the day because I got to leave school. I remember I had a birthday around that time, and Morgan did come to my birthday. Our class photo, we all had to sit down. Obviously, I still didn't know what was going on. I daydreamed a lot. I didn't really pay attention. But I remember some guy standing in between the kitchen area and the main room with this big camera thing. But we all sat down, all lined up to get our class photo. And I was just kind of dazing off, and I saw the photographer's shoes, and they were like these really cool Nike shoes. And so I just kept staring at them. So in the class photo, you'll see that I am staring not at the camera, but downward. And yeah, I'm staring at the photographer's shoes. But anyways, all in all, what I learned in preschool was to take chances, try new experiences, be a rebel, and enjoy blocks of cheese. The next video in the series, we're going to talk all about what I learned in kindergarten. Thanks for watching. See you then.